Okay, so back with another segment of this sport, and this is something that I'm quite glad I actually kept. But if I now twist the camera around, so bear with me. As you can see here, we've got what I believe to be wear on. I don't think that's dirt. I think that's wear on the steering wheel. And I'm going to use a kit to basically get that black back again. So it was a kit that I got for BMW to recover the black on the steering wheel, and it worked really well. And it's like a black dye. So we are going to do that today. And yeah, we'll follow the instructions and see how we get on. So as you can see from here, that is what we're going to work on. And I'm going to try and run through this as quick as possible so it doesn't really bore you. So, step one, use 320 grit, wet and dry sandpaper, rub down the leather, paying attention to any cracked, rough or peeling edges. I don't have that, but we are going to use that just to do what they say anyway. So we are going to rub that down. It's only this section, strangely, just on this hand, on the right hand side. .320 is not too abrasive. Okay, right. We have done that. Step two, dampen a cloth with a liquid degreaser and wipe down the whole surface of the leather. So we've got the liquid degreaser. We have the cloth that they supplied us. So let's just pour some on. Like so. Right. Already it actually looks better. You can see it's actually brought off quite a bit of the dirt. I'm just going to apply some more, just because that took off a lot and it already looks a bit better. So I'm just going to apply a bit more. See whether or not yeah, see, that's the stuff that's coming off already. To be honest, I'm not sure a lot of people when buying these cars actually get to really see this. I only noticed because obviously I'm looking to sell it, so I want to know what everything looks like, what everything functions, everything like that. So when people come and buy or look around these cars that I've sold, they tend to sometimes even lift the bonnet. So, but well, it's only like half hour out of my day. Okay, right. Leave to dry. Drying times with the dual greaser can be reduced to 10 seconds with the use of a hairdryer. Inspect the area and repeat the process if necessary. You should repeat the process until the grease-stained area appears lighter than the surrounding area when dry. This will indicate that the liquid grease has removed the grease. I don't think it really takes too long, to be fair. Right, dampen a dry cloth with the alcohol cleaner and wipe down the whole surface of the leather. This will remove any residual liquid grease and further prepare the leather. Right. So, I don't actually have any of the, I use it like alcohol free or isopropanol, I think it's called, or something. All right, let's just put this back. It says, after previous steps, the leather may have become fibrous or rough. Using the leather binder, which is this, apply the leather binder to a sponge, rub it into the damaged area. It should be applied sparingly with pressure to allow the product to soak into the fibre structure. Leave the binder to dry and then basically do it 3 times. So we have a sponge applicator, and this stuff is, you can probably see, it's white milky substance. Don't have to apply too much because we're not using a huge amount. So, but it says applying it sparingly with pressure. Still produces that. So, anyway. We'll apply 3 layers of this stuff. He's quite runny, so just got to be a bit mindful of spillage. Don't want to be spilling this stuff. Like so. There we go. And then we'll apply 1 more coat as what they, that's what they tell us to do. We'll apply it. Rub and press. Right, that is in. Don't need that. And we don't need that. Now, I think we might have to wait for that to dry, so I might have to come back to you. Okay, so since the recording, just reread the instructions, you're meant to allow that leather binder, you're going to dry it, then apply another coat. So I went and just did that, so it's now dry. So final, well, I say it's the final part. Apply the self-seal colourant to the steering wheel with the other unused sponge. Use a light, even dabbing motion to build up the colour. Several light coats give a far superior result. Dry off each coat before proceeding to the next. And then you can use the steering wheel in 3 hours. So, this stuff, I think I'm probably going to get it a bit on my hands if I'm being honest. It's a good job I'm wearing blue jeans. So, you can see where I've used this before. So, let's apply. Don't need to apply. Hopefully, there we go. I'm going to put 3 tiny little blobs on that. And then we're going to dab it. Look. Then I think, did it say you had to leave that to dry? I think it did say that. Several light coats give a far superior result. Dry off each coat before proceeding to the next. So we need to wait and apply the second coat. Okay, so this is the final coat. I don't really feel I need to put a massive amount of effort into it because it wasn't that bad in the first place. It just needed a very light covering. So same again, I'm just going to dab away. I think that's it. Hands are not too bad, just a small bit. So let's put this all away in the little box. And that is us done. I'm going to leave that now to dry. We're not in conditions where the inside temperature is particularly high, so it'll be left overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow just to see how it looks. But at the moment, it does look pretty good. The only slight problem, obviously, is you've got a side where it's been sort of nicely redone, and it's very clean, and you've got the left side which is not faded, it's just not as bright. So yeah, but anyway, let's come back tomorrow and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so we are day on and it's now dried and it's not too bad. I might give it one more go, certainly up around here, and but because I'm driving it today, I didn't really want to do too much because I don't really want a hand completely covered in the black stuff that you put on it. So I'm going to go over to my dad's now. We're going to give this looking over a bit more. Need to put some fuel in it as well. And yeah, start the big old cleanup. Because I had a cold, I can now start to smell the sort of, how do you say, the stable, shall we say, within the car. So yeah, it needs a proper good clean. So yeah, let's get going then. Right, so we are at my dad's, where I've just got a bit more access to tools at the moment because I'm still boxed up in the new house. So yeah, can't really do too much. So, some things to note from the drive and from driving this for sort of the last week and stuff. Number one is a rattle coming from the engine bay on idle. When you give it a tiny bit of revs, that rattle goes. I think it's because this here is not tight and therefore it does this. So just need to sort that out. The boot, when you shut the boot and it's latched, it still is loose. So let me just explain. Just don't want that to be knocked over. So that is shut, but listen. But if you look, and you can hear it. So that, for some unknown reason, is not tight. So when you go over a bump, there's movement in that. So I need to adjust that. I've adjusted the bump stops to try and sort that out, but that's not done it. So, which is slightly annoying. But taking out the spare wheel, that just needs cleaning up in there because that is disgusting from the stables. And what other things have we got to do? Yeah, sort of general clean up, and need to also change the number plates as well. So I've got a new set of those. So for the meantime, that will keep me a bit busy. So yeah, we'll see what else we've got to do. We also need to sort of grease up as well, hinges and stuff as well. My dad was quick off the mark with this one for the boot. If you look at these, very different. So when you do this, that will be the reason for the boot problem. Yeah, so need to tighten. Well, I say tighten it down. I'm hoping that's not broken in there, but because that one's tight and that one's not. So might have to get that panel off to have a look at that a bit more, but hopefully not. Right, really filthy around here. This is just, again, stable stuff. So I've got Sonax interior cleaner. Seems to do the trick. It's not like pleasant. Well, I say it's not pleasant smelling. It's not like fragranted or anything, but it does the job. That's what the air freshener's for at the end. So hygienic cleanliness emulates unpleasant odours. So that's what that's going to be for. And then I've got Auto Glim's leather cleaner for the part leather here, which yeah. So I'm gonna got this bit which is leather, and then that is obviously the plastic. So we're gonna just, you can't see it, I'm just gonna spray some stuff onto that bit, which is the plastic on the seat. Just gonna let that soak, and then we're gonna just again just allow all of that to really soak in. Actually gonna do the brake pedals while I'm here, allow those to dry off. It's just everywhere, the whole interior, all the plastic, everything is just caked in dust and mud from the stable. So just give everything a really, really good going over, I think, for the minute. So we'll just allow, done that in there. yeah, we'll just allow that to soak in for a bit. And then the microfiber, what have we got? Let's start. Got a new one, which kind of is microfiber, but it's not so good. We'll save that for the leather, I think. We'll use this bit more coarse one, I think. So yeah, so a bit of effort really to get this up looking decent, but at least it's not working on panels and things like that. This is quite a simple, easy job. You can just put your music on and or the radio and just just crack on with it really. Unless of course you're recording it, in which case I've got no music. But I don't mind. This shouldn't take too long to do, to be honest. Already looks so much better down here anyway. But I'll show you that in a minute. Right. At the moment, doesn't look like there's any major scratches or anything to this. Because that's always a concern, is that these have got some sort of scratch or crack or something in them. But yeah, at the moment, all seems to be good. Right. Fortunately, because it's not about 10-11 degrees outside, so it's not drying as quick as I'd like, but I don't mind too much. It'd be nice if it was a bit warmer. And then we'll do the leather bit in a second. Oh, we've got more straw. Got a bit of rubbish in there, just need to get rid of that. And more straw. Right. Okay. That is drying quite nicely now, hopefully. Just going to do the side panels here. But yeah, it's I don't know, like, what do you expect from a doctor? Do you expect them to have a nice, neat and clean car? I know one of my comments recently on the channel was about a doctor and not keeping their car clean. But yeah, I don't know. Would you expect them to have a clean car? Are they just like anyone else? Right. Okay. Right, we've done this side. Just going to allow it to dry, and then we'll put on the leather cleaner. So on goes the leather cleaner. Sort of foams up a bit. Goes white initially, and then sort of disappears. But show you in a minute on the door panel here. Almost a bit like a car shampoo. Actually, that feels a bit loose, that seat for some reason. Right, they sort of white, sort of creamed up a bit. And then we've got partial sort of leather, so I'm going to just work my way through that as well, and on the back of these seats, and then that's all the leather done. And hopefully this will be smelling very pleasant in a few hours' time. Well, I didn't really need to show you. These have been tightened up. That one's just pushed in a bit. Not really sure what's going on there, but either way, that is now secure. And when the boot is shut, we've got no movement. If you do get a slight bit of movement, it's always worth playing around with these. But now the boot is now shut and secure and not flapping around. So going to pump up the space saver tyre, get the kit back in, hoover the rear mat out, and then this can all go back in. Just got to clean up this when it's all back, and then that's the back done. And all these have been greased up as well, down there and there and there as also. And the interior now is been cleaned, leathered's all been sorted as well, so that will be all going back in. Mainly need, no, that's not too bad actually. We've just got to clean all this, but when I do the actual cleaning of the outside car, I'll sort all this out. But you can see it's just like that, and the sill as well, that can all be cleaned up also. But yeah, this car is coming along quite nicely, and yeah, I'll touch on it slightly more when it's done. In front, I've cleaned this all up now as well. That will just need one probably final going over. Putting some clips up here to secure that was missing. Clips that were missing from the scuttle panel have all gone in, and I've cleaned all those insides of these have all been cleaned out as well as the ducts down there. Just the two ducts down there that also need cleaning. Coolant has been topped up because that was low. Oil we're putting in, seeing how it goes, leaving it to rest, putting it in, seeing how it goes, but that was pretty low, but that's also been done. New number plates are also on the front and rear. I'm not going to bore you with that, but it's all been done. And yeah, so the only things that really need to be done, needs to be looked at, is this scratch here, so that we need to fill that, and then I need to sand that, and then that will hopefully blend in quite nicely. And need to work on the door as well here. There's that mark there. Tyres need pumping up, certainly at the front, just to check the pressures on those. But yeah, pretty much sorting that out. And then, oh yeah, keep thinking, final thing we've got to do in there is the epoxy alignment, and to put the mileage back to the original as well. So yeah, we are nearly done. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Got it back now. We just need to still work on the scratch, get the epoxy alignment done on the Speedo, and yeah, give it a proper good clean on the outside. So thanks for watching. Back next week again with something, hopefully maybe just the end video for this one. But yeah, until next time, thank you all for watching. Hit the like and the subscribe button. Until next time, see you all later.